Possessions aren't just tales from the past anymore. They are happening all around us. In quiet homes, on crowded streets, and even on ordinary balconies. People are losing control to something unseen, leaving everyone around them questioning what really lurks beneath the surface. And today, we're going to witness some of the most chilling events caught on camera, where the line between human and something else disappears. So, get ready. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and watch every moment carefully, because you never know when the next story might hit closer to home than you expect. Church possession. In a quiet church in Cordoba, Spain, 2023, a sudden moment of chaos shattered the calm. A woman darted toward the statue of the divine child Jesus, her eyes locked as if pulled by an unseen force. Men rushed to restrain her, but she struggled violently, shouting in a mix of fear and anger. A man tried to calm her, but it was as if her body no longer belonged to her. When she finally stormed out, the witnesses were left in stunned silence. Some said it was possession, others believed the sacred energy of the church triggered something buried deep within her. Whatever it was, it left a mark on everyone present. California incident. In California, a man captured something terrifying on camera. His sister, sitting alone, began moving in ways no human body should. Her limbs stiffened, twisting unnaturally, her face empty of expression. Then, in a sudden, impossible moment, she lifted herself upside down, her movements robotic and controlled by something else. He dropped the camera and ran, leaving the footage frozen in time. A moment where humanity and something unearthly collided. No one knows if she ever returned to normal. Wheelchair miracle. During a faith gathering, a man bound to a wheelchair became the center of a chilling scene. His hands twitched, his face contorted, and his body shivered as if a hidden force had taken hold. A pastor approached, hand on his forehead, commanding the darkness to leave. The man collapsed, then slowly rose to his feet, leaving the crowd in awe. Yet when the footage was replayed, his eyes looked distant, almost blank. Some believed the spirit had gone, others feared it lingered, invisible, still watching. Ruqyah session. July 2025 brought a live Ruqyah session that left viewers speechless. A young girl struggled violently as verses were recited over her. Her eyes rolled upward, her body stiffened, and she screamed as though something inside resisted leaving. The exorcist continued, unwavering, until she suddenly fell silent. For a few seconds, she stared blankly, her breathing slowing, before lowering her head. Many watching felt the tension of the unseen force linger, and that live stream never returned. Some called it ritual discipline, others whispered it was something far darker. Balcony possession. In South Florida, a chilling video captured a young woman climbing her balcony railing in impossible, jagged movements. Her body bent at unnatural angles, each motion sharp and mechanical. Her sister screamed for help from inside, but no one dared intervene. When shared online, some blamed a mysterious street substance, but viewers who saw the raw footage disagreed. The woman's face and movements were too precise, too inhuman, as if something else was seeing the world through her. Restaurant freeze. A simple dinner turned unsettling when actress Issa Rae was filmed placing a small chip-like object against her temple. Her movements froze mid-action, her eyes blank and unnatural. When the camera panned to her friend, the same stillness appeared. Fans called it a glitch. Others whispered possession. Whatever it was, it left viewers questioning whether they were witnessing a human act or something far stranger. Cole's experiment. In an abandoned basement in Mexico, Colby sat tied to a chair, calling out for a dark presence to reveal itself. His friend Martin watched, tense and ready. Minutes passed in silence until Colby's expression shifted, blank eyes, a faint, unnatural grin. Martin's torch flickered, signaling alarm. Colby remained motionless, seemingly caught between two worlds. When freed, he described a force entering and leaving him, frozen in those seconds. Since then, he has never spoken of it again. Child at gate. One evening in Brazil, technician Steve found a young girl sitting silently outside his gate. She ignored his calls, unblinking and still. When he stepped closer, her face twisted into something grotesque, unrecognizable by any human standard. Shocked, Steve dropped his phone and ran. The girl was never seen again. Locals whispered she was no child at all, but a demonic entity using her form to appear human.
Ayo, kenapa? Kamu kenapa?
Grandpa Shelf Encounter. TikTok creator Karen captured a seemingly normal vlog until her sister began behaving strangely. She walked to the bathroom, and Karen, turning to the kitchen, froze. Her sister was now perched stiffly atop a shelf, face blank, eyes distant. Karen's phone slipped as she gasped and backed away. When uploaded, viewers swore a dark force seemed to inhabit her, leaving an unsettling feeling that lingered long after the clip ended. Street Encounter. April 2020, Toronto. Pastor David Lynn was mid-sermon when a man stepped forward. His voice deepened unnaturally, eyes wide and unblinking, as if something else had taken control. The words that emerged were threats against nations, layered and distorted. Witnesses swore the voice echoed with unnatural resonance. David called for protection, standing firm against the entity. This public clash of spiritual forces left bystanders shaken, a reminder that darkness no longer hides. It speaks directly through us. Eerie exorcism. In 2022, a small Italian village became the setting for an exorcism unlike any other. Cameras recorded a woman thrashing violently as her family and priest recited prayers. Then, without warning, her body lifted into the air, suspended mid-motion. The exorcist stumbled, stunned, while her family fled. Some claimed it was a spirit leaving her body, but the sight defied reason and gravity, a chilling reminder that some forces are beyond comprehension.
Haunted house. An urban explorer in Michigan entered an abandoned house rumored to be haunted. At first, everything seemed ordinary. Then, in a cupboard, he froze. A pale figure with a tilted head, eyes unblinking. For seconds, it remained motionless, then began floating sideways. The explorer fled, leaving his camera behind. Locals claimed no one dared return, whispering that the spirit or entity had never left. Unexpected charge. In a small church, a woman suddenly lunged at the priest during a ceremony. Her voice deepened, distorted, and echoed unnaturally, far beyond human range. She screamed relentlessly, struggling against those restraining her, as if an invisible presence resisted every prayer and sacred gesture. Witnesses said it felt like the very air vibrated with a dark energy, something unseen pushing back against holy words. Many whispered that old beliefs were true. Dark forces cannot endure sacred prayers, yet they fight fiercely when confronted. Midnight spook. A home security camera captured a chilling scene late at night. A woman held a doll tightly, whispering incomprehensible words to it. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dark. Her fixed smile stretched unnaturally as she swayed back and forth. Then, in a brief moment, the doll's head appeared to move ever so slightly. The footage abruptly cut, and when reviewed later, the file refused to play again. Whoever saw it swore something in that room didn't want to be witnessed twice. Train passenger. This 2014 clip from Edmonton resurfaced years later, unsettling viewers worldwide. A woman on a train quietly sorted through her belongings before freezing mid-motion. Her face twisted, eyes wide, movements jerky and unnatural, as though she was no longer controlling her own body. A faint growl can be heard in the background. Authorities called it a seizure, but those who saw the raw footage were certain this was not medical. Something else had taken control, if only for a fleeting moment. Demonic follower. In 2024, Henry recorded a late-night walk home during a live stream. Suddenly, a man with piercing white eyes appeared on the stairs behind him. Henry rushed inside, shutting the door, only for the figure to vanish. Curiosity drew him to peek again. Then the man reappeared, this time behind a wall, staring without blinking. Neighbors confirmed no one had lived nearby for months. The question remains, was it a demon disguised as a human, or something even darker, silently following? Cafeteria entity. In China, September 2021, a grocery store security camera caught something disturbing. A woman bent down to pick up a fallen item, then suddenly her body stiffened. Her head jerked violently as she twisted and fell to the floor. Anyone who approached was pushed back by an invisible force. The footage ended, leaving viewers in disbelief. Many claimed possession, others argued it was a seizure. But what of the invisible force that affected everyone else? Something unseen had made its presence felt, tangible to those nearby. Pope's touch. In May 2013, St. Peter's Square became the scene of an extraordinary moment. Pope Francis prayed over a young man in a wheelchair, and immediately the man began trembling violently. His mouth opened in silent screams as his body convulsed, then collapsed into stillness. Vatican officials insisted it was a simple prayer for healing, denying any ritual. Yet exorcists who examined the footage insisted otherwise. They saw a force leaving the man's body the very instant the Pope's hand touched his head. Millions watched, and the footage left more questions than answers. What truly moved that day, and what departed from the young man? So, dear friends, this was our today's video. We've seen moments where the line between human and something unseen blurs, leaving questions that have no answers. What do you think is really happening in these chilling events? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, take good care of yourself and the people around you. Goodbye.